Hi, welcome to the Botnik Says podcast. I'm your host, Connor Karst, and with me is Connor Stein and Patrick Harris, and special guest. We had to pull some strings, folks, so, I just want to tell you the importance of this. So Andrew Rhodes is here.
Thank you for inviting me on. It's a real
Nice.
honor.
So, our goal on this podcast is to create a flawless screenplay based on previous films and TV shows. Of course, humans are not perfect. So, we have enlisted the help of an intelligent computer software known as Botnik. With Botnik, we can combine many screenplays into a single keyboard, with the resulting screenplay being restricted to Botnik's own keyboard suggestions. No words not in the original screenplay can be used, so it is 100% purely based on the original sources. If you would like to check out Botnik for yourself, there is a link in the description. Today's flawless screenplay is Paul Blart 3. To recap, the Paul Blart saga follows a mall cop named Paul Blart. While almost everyone hates him, he ends up saving the day at the end of both films, and he has hypoglycemia. However, there is no Paul Blart 3 set to be released, so we decided to see how Botnik thinks the trilogy should end. The results were profound. Okay, are y'all ready to start the script?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Nice.
I didn't get a guess from Patrick.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
We
So-
exist.
I'll start. Interior West Orange Pavilion Mall. This is that man himself, Paul Blart. Everybody thinks this mall is fine, but it's not.
I just want to make sure that man is Blart.
You know, Paul is kinda stupid.
What are you kidding?
No, Blart is a pro. I'm sorry you eat slower, to be honest.
Paulie the security guard is not busy. Unfortunately, instead of perfect scenario, silence is there. America will try building immediately.
7 minutes for social time, because my daughter Parisa requires phone.
Robinson takes a taser. Monster. Paulie nearby turns off reality.
The mall will be closing early, homeboy.
None strength like Paul Blart is there. Germany games began America Genesis.
It looks like your self-size be loaded.
Hypoglycemia is not happening without fish.
3 minutes roll, but it seems perfectly acceptable. Paul Barth drops legs of Robinson and then blowtorch. Robinson won't feel alive.
Lane robbed is closed.
Mall noise parties. Blart saved the West Orange Pavilion Mall, but it lost everything. The mall is now losing egg.
Eggs like tobacco, seriously get out. I don't joke.
Egg is like ego. It cracks just when you need it. Let us go get drunk. My luxury.
Exterior strawberry rumblings. This is not a filled place.
$7 for lunch? What are you talking about? It looks mediocre.
$12 for chair. What?
Our place, our prices.
Your face, my punishing.
Fight. Look at Paulie frustration. No girlfriend, no codes. Wow, you are good. Good like unbelievable. Dad.
Son?
This is that same son. Mother must blame you for issue.
Boy, sorry about leaving you for literally 18 years.
You devil, you underestimate my power. I have grown, old man, like insanity.
Brother, we are not different.
Foot gonna feel terrible. Manager shoot foot. Really.
Dummy?
Doobie.
Doobie. Unacceptable. Commence laser focus.
Wait, we must train.
Come back and I will carry out lethal beanbag firearm. Leave to mall.
Why no story about brother? A white guy named Walmart looking dude.
Here is full story. That man is brother, but man is pain. Your mother driving getting syrup when strange M&M obstacle. Brother got power. Big mistake. The marriage fell when he ran away. Last I heard, he was banana boy for mall. Receipt.
Receipt of birthday.
Hot.
We train now. Maya, pull the bank.
Maya polling bank.
Fight bank.
Maya fight bank.
Punch bank.
Maya punch bank.
Kiss bank.
This gets crazy. Abandon. Interior strawberry rumblings. Look who wrote down list of holidays.
List is better kid than you.
Whisper beanbag gun.
Laser focus away.
Lasers. Sickening awesome resolution. But wait. Beanbag and poly chest.
Dad took a hit. Dad level F.
Come visit me. I don't have much time.
Maya visits.
Young lady, Davina Martinez. That is such a tough memo. Because I am cursed with hypoglycemia. I think I'm gonna basically subside. Hey, you know what you just did? You get it out later. Burr amazing. Club pants on.
Paul die. Why? Paul approach Mall. Mall is globe. All old friends in Mall. You just
Got it into UCLA. Well done. Is this a mall? I'm gonna need a little angel.
You are deployed west.
Deep. Yeah, about sharks.
Sharks fins. Sharks on intermission, and I support citation.
Paul's citation keychain flares.
Clean up the bank cameras. Black Friday's coming.
Paul drive to the bank and find out Amy is there.
Amy, my life forever.
And I support you. Root for Rainforest.
Indeed, rainforest is not real. Amy and Blart dream of elf voices and cry. Okay, so that was, that was pretty profound. What do you guys think about it?
Do you want to go over the whole general plot of this?
Sure, if you would like to lead us.
Is there one though?
I
mean,
would
there
like to
is.
say,
There is.
you know, when Paul Blart drops legs of Robinson and then blow torches him to death, I felt that was extremely profound,
Yeah.
and that no human producer would have gone ahead with that. When you have an AI, it can decide, you know, what would be best for the story. And I think, really, Paul Blart becoming a serial killer is probably the best direction to take these films in.
See, I think it took a few more risks in the main. I think it took more risks in the main Paul Blart movies, because, I mean, it just has so much more drama. Like, so you normally have Paul Blart maybe punching someone, getting punched, headbutting, you know, but he gets beanbagged.
Yeah.
He just dies.
Now, when Customer 2 says, you know, Blart is Commander Stupid, I felt like, you know, after all he's been through, after saving them all once,
Yeah.
and then saving, you know, all of Las Vegas.
That wasn't all of Las Vegas.
It was all of Las
Okay,
Vegas.
yeah.
All of Las Vegas. And he still doesn't get the respect he deserves. Maybe that is what drove Blart to kill. Because, like he says, egg is like ego. It cracks just when you need it.
Yeah. I
Just
think,
like his sanity.
I think what's very interesting about this is that it's much more spiritual, and I think that's where Paul Blart was going, because, you know, I think Paul Blart 2, that's where the logical conclusion is, because the Paul Blart series at its core is about a man who loathes himself. That's what it's about. So why not explore this through a spiritual lens, like his effects on society and the other worlds, you know?
Yes.
So I think
The
this
psychological impact he had on his son for leaving him for
yeah.
literally 18 years.
The sun is a metaphor for his you know, his seed on the earth, because he wants to kill because he wants to eliminate his metaphorical
Okay.
seed, and he wants to eliminate himself. But then upon eliminating himself, he kills himself because he has the beanbag in his chest. And that's the genius of Botnik, is symbolism is so subtle.
This is
you know?
really bringing me to tears. Like, I'm gonna need a minute
Yeah.
of how powerful the script is.
Yeah. We have a bucket if you need it.
What do you need a bucket for?
I don't know. Anyway, what do you think
Fight
about
bank.
the symbolism behind his hypoglycemia? Because I feel like his hypoglycemia is used differently. Because in the first two, it's used as a weakness for a sort of like a plot crutch.
You can
But-
tell because he only needs to eat fish.
Yeah.
Fish can't happen without hypoglycemia.
And do you think there's a connection between the fish and the eggs? You know,
Fish eggs aren't very easy to break when you roll them in your hands.
Yeah.
But, you know, when you're eating them, it cracks.
Yeah.
So egg is like ego.
It cracks when you need it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think
that's
And
another
Paul
extremely
needs it.
deep.
Yeah, I think the only connection between humans and fish, or more specifically Paul Blart and fish, is that we both come from the egg, you know. And so the fact that there is no egg means there's no reproduction on this earth. So Paul Blart is having to come with he has to face the fact that the apocalypse is happening. And that's what this is about.
How can there be an apocalypse if there are banks? White guy named Walmart looking dude.
Yes. I think that was one of the deepest lines, but we don't need to explore
I
the
think the really deepest line is when he says, "Here is full story. That man is brother, but man is pain." So
Yeah.
when he says, "That man is brother, but that man is pain," his brother is pain.
Mhm.
He feels nothing but pain. And if you've ever read Johnny Got Your Gun or listened to the Metallica song One based on that, you would know that it's possible. This is slightly overused in film today, but he could be in a coma and all he experiences is pain, and he's reliving his life, and he's remembering how people have, called him Commander Stupid.
Yeah. And I think something that's interesting that isn't really connected thematically to the Earth material, or maybe it is, but there's this idea of the title Strawberry Rumblings, which may just seem like a funny thing, but I think it's a metaphor for how capitalism, late-stage capitalism, is corrupting itself, and how Strawberry Rumblings means their product is exploding.
That's why they fight the bank, but then they just punch it, and then they kiss it.
Yeah. Okay, so I think something that's interesting is the elves at the very end. Do you think that's an indication that Paul Blart is in the Great Mall in the sky? Or
Well, I mean, he did get beanbag. What was the exact quote again? Beanbag in Polly chest.
yeah.
So,
And it says Paul die. Why?
yeah. So
So
I think he's dead and he's in like mall heaven or something. I don't
Yeah.
know.
See, because he's definitely dead, and this is about him accepting his death.
Mhm.
Because it's clear that he physically dies.
Yeah.
But then it tells you how he is in heaven with
Yeah.
the little angel.
I
And
think-
the shark's fine.
yeah, he dreams of elf voices and cries because he realizes the beauty of the world, and that's when he comes full circle. Because Paul Blart wanted to kill, and now he celebrates life.
Do you have
But
a
it doesn't
single
matter
fact
'cause
to
he's
back
dead.
that up?
What?
Do you have a single fact to back that up?
At the beginning, he drops legs of Robinson and then blowtorch. But now, he dreams of elf voices and cries. Elves are, I guess, a beautiful thing. I've never seen an elf, so I can't attest to
I'm
that.
not gonna stand
But-
here and
You've
listen
seen
to you
Elf
badmouth the greatest democracy the world has ever known.
Has everyone seen Elf Bowling the movie?
Yes.
No, I have
Elf
not.
bowling.
I have not seen
I
If you
Okay.
haven't, viewers, watch it.
Yeah. I hear it's pretty good. But
are we going to combine the Santa Claus bowling and the elf bowling together as a script for the next time?
we could.
That's an idea.
Yeah.
Yes.
Viewers, if you...
tell us.
Yeah. So I think that brings our conclusion full circle. I think this was the best screenplay that
Of all time.
maybe ever written. There's conflict, there's tension, there's resolution, there's characters, there's a plot.
Is there? There's fish. There's
There's fish.
hypoglycemia.
There's symbolism.
Hypoglycemia cannot happen without.
There's
fish.
death. There's lots of. There's a brutal scene of Paul Blart dropping the legs of Robinson and blowtorching him to death.
Yeah.
That was messed up.
That was beautiful.
It was sick, but in the same time,
Yeah.
it's like if you've ever seen Reservoir Dogs with all the blood, it just it overwhelms you.
Uh-huh. So you think that's the point of the screenplay, is that it's trying to disgust you with Paul Blart now?
Paul Blart is disgusted with himself,
Ah.
and that's why he had to die.
Yeah.
Like his second film was completely abominable, and I hated watching every minute of it. It wasn't funny.
It was bad.
When his mother gets hit by the mail truck, spoiler alert,
That's funny.
it wasn't funny. They tried to play it off as funny.
well,
it wasn't. It was sick and
you-
gruesome.
You can't insult the original source material, I mean,
But it's Paul Blart too.
but
They knew they didn't have to
It's
try
free real
on the
estate.
second one.
free real estate. Yeah. So is there any other symbolism any of you noticed that you want to talk about?
He doesn't eat any candy, which we talked about this, but it's very strange how hypoglycemia is not happening without fish instead of
Yeah.
candy.
It's sort of like the modernization of the Paul Blart series won't have a good influence on children.
Yeah.
So like eat fish, not candy, and I'll be like
All
Paul
right,
Blart.
then why did Paul
'Cause every
Blart drop
child-
the legs of Robinson?
Every
and
child
Blowtorch?
wants to be Paul Blart.
Because he was robbing the bank.
Paul Blart is doing a good service to
And you must give your I don't know.
Non-strength like Paul Blart is saying.
Yeah. So, I think that'll do it for this podcast today. Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for coming, of course.
It was my pleasure.
yeah.
It was my pleasure for being your guest.
If you want to check out Botnik, we'll have a link in the description, I think. So check it out there.
Maybe.
And if you have any suggestions, I plan to do more of these, I think, if you all are willing to do it.
Sure.
So, sure. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, if you liked it, let us know. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.